Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. We actually have an update to a spoiler story, which we're going to get into right now. Now, I can tell you the spoiler will be about Victoria and Johnny, but I'm not telling you exactly what that is until you sort of confirm whether or not you want to be involved in this spoiler video or not. You can confirm by doing nothing. If you don't want to be in the spoiler video, get out of here. What are you doing? I put spoiler in the title. I'm sick of labeling this a spoiler. What happened was pretty wild a couple days ago. We're going to get into this story right now. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals. I'm going live right after this on Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Neal. I'll be sharing some behind-the-scenes exclusive content as I'm editing my wedding vlogs and all the other behind-the-scenes things. You can go check that out before it is live. So we're going to get into this story right now. It's fascinating. I've been jumping for joy over the drama that's happening. This is actually a photo of Nick Viall holding up what do you call this maneuver here in the bedroom? I'm not really sure, but they're promoting their new robe line. Him and his girlfriend Natalie have a new robe line. I don't know if that's I'm assuming terry cloth. I could be wrong, but either way, I'm not a robe guy. I don't know. I'm a boxer brief guy. No one was asking, but I'm just like, I'm a boxer brief and tank top kind of white trash kind of guy. Not that that's white trash, but the robe to me just feels too much like there's too much freedom happening within the robe. And I don't know. I was raised Catholic. You might know. Put it on your bingo card. And there's something about having too much freedom under the robe that doesn't sit well with me. All right. Anyway, maybe it reminds me of the priests. So this is a fascinating story. Lauren Milovich on TikTok posted a random TikTok video of her experience, kind of day in the lifestyle at Bachelor in Paradise. But what comes from this, as you can see here, for those watching the video on YouTube, and for those that are listening on Bachelor Rush Hour podcast, thank you so much for your support. I will describe this for you. We have Victoria Fuller crossing frame. She's in the frame for like 0.2 seconds. And then right behind her, we have Johnny DeFilippo crossing the frame, and makes people wonder, for sure they were talking. For sure this was the moment where she was like, hey, let's go chat. And just randomly, this TikTok caught it on camera. Let's just have a watch here. Oh, we messed it up. Hold on a second. I hate TikTok. Here we go. It says, come to work with a publicist at the Bachelor in Paradise Season 8 celebration event. It's just random photos of Bachelor in Paradise alumni. Here they are. Wells is talking to somebody on the red carpet, which is a pink carpet. There's, I don't know who that was. Random publicists and DJs. Oh my. But here it comes right there. Boom, boom. That was it. If you didn't catch that, let's go back. So the question is, several things can be happening here, and you might wonder, Dave, is this enough for a video? Are we really gonna spend our time barrel scraping?
Barrel scraping, Dave.
You're damn right we will, because this story's fascinating, and we're gonna piece together the timeline. So before I share what happens next, here are the spoilers. We've already talked about them. I'm just gonna review. As it was expected, Johnny said he and Victoria were in couples counseling for 3 weeks after filming. This is credit for Reality Steve posting this after the reunion, which happened late Friday night. Victoria said Johnny called her a stupid C word, and she claimed he told her she didn't cook or clean, so what good was she as a woman? So this is Victoria kind of sharing her side of how their fighting went down, of course leading up to the fact that she is now with Greg Grippo. Johnny admitted he said things he shouldn't have and that he regretted, but that he never called her that. Johnny said he didn't want to air dirty laundry, but eventually said Victoria threw a wine glass at him and told him she was out of his league. So this is where it becomes interesting, because we're getting very specific things here. It's lies are normally, grand lies. Oh, she went crazy. But when we start saying specific things, she's accusing him of saying the C word. He's accusing her of throwing a wine glass at him. Clearly an ugly fight, which is very interesting because they were pretty docile on Bachelor in Paradise. Victoria was friends with many of the women on the beach. She was rooting for different people, but as we've mentioned before, you can be a good person and then still have a blind spot, which might be how you deal with adversity in a relationship, when jealousy pops up, when you feel like your love language is not being met. Those are the moments that we have to look for the most. That's why there's so many people that were like, oh, I don't get it. They're friends with so many people, but they can't hold down a relationship. It's like, well, we all have childhood trauma. We all have triggers. And all I'm here is to tell you guys out there, nobody's perfect. If you think your partner's the one who's got all the issues in the relationship, you're ignoring your blind spots. They're blind spots for a reason. You can't see them. They creep up. You don't know you have them. You don't know what you don't know. Now, Victoria for sure has blind spots. I'm sure Johnny for sure has blind spots too. Put together, you've got a woman who is older than Johnny who wants something out of him that he can't provide, which is a career path, which is knowing exactly what he's going to be doing with the rest of his life. We saw the same issue with Logan and some of these other guys from their mid-20s. Is it an identity crisis? I wouldn't go that far. I'd say when you're in your 20s and you don't know what you want out of life, you sometimes can get drawn to do different types of things. In this case, it's Bachelor in Paradise. They all made it onto the show in one way or another to receive some form of clout. They all made it onto the show to scratch an itch that they had, and here they are. So she's on the show with a much bigger following, much bigger career path. She's already got probably an easy six-figure influencer, kind of thing happening with her. And she's dated older men that probably have established their place, whereas Johnny's several years out of college. I'm not making excuses for him, just to say age is but a number, but it's also correlated to how closer you are to knowing your true identity. So anyway, Tyler, who was in the cast, was out there with the rest of the cast, and he said he heard from a reporter that Victoria cheated at a party in LA, and she was telling everyone she was very much single. Victoria went off and started yelling at Tyler, telling him to be quiet, and this didn't involve him. Victoria and Greg were talking pre-Paradise, but nothing serious. He had his ex, Clemens, and didn't go, and she went, but told Johnny about it. Then he'd see Greg texting her, but she reassured him she and Greg were just friends. So it looks like we'll see on the reunion episode that will air in a couple weeks, it looks like we're going to see, or next week, it looks like we're going to see that she at least admits to a friendship with Greg, and then whether or not there's overlap will really be up to people to judge for themselves. So this is where it becomes interesting. All of this went down at the reunion, and then my assumption is this was the after party. My assumption is there's no way they would let the cast mingle before the reunion, because that's like letting a bunch of bucking bulls relax before a professional bull riding tournament. No, you cattle prod them, you make them hungry, you poke at their eyes, you make them watch a Nick Viall podcast, you get them really upset, you know what I mean? I'm just kidding. Oh boy, they're just a bunch of bulls hanging out with just hanging out, there we go, putting on their bull robes and everything. Okay, we're having fun. So I always say we're having fun when I'm shitting on somebody. Hey, come on, we're just having fun. Tell that to your lady. No, honey, no, I know. I think you look good in that dress. I'm just having fun. She's like, all right, you go sleep on the couch. Just have fun with that. All right, so there it is. That's it. You're watching this. There it was. One more time. So they've done the fight. He's accused her of throwing stuff at him. She's accused him of calling her the C word and all these other things, like, you don't even cook or whatever, which of course it's like, some guys are grateful that their lady doesn't cook. Let me tell you, who wants some burnt meatloaf? I grew up on burnt meatloaf. Love a single mom. She's like, put the casserole in at 4 p.m. And I'm like, Mom, I'm 4. What do you want from me? So anyway, there she is. She's got some sort of wine or water with a lemon, whatever it is. I mean, oh no, I'm sorry, not a wine. It was I was gonna say wine spritzer. Maybe a vodka soda, maybe a tequila soda, and of course, no wine glasses in sight. They who knows where those are. So there's that, and then there's his ducking moment, and of course, the ducking moment for him doesn't seem like some docile woe is me duck. It seems like, all right, you're taking an Instagram video. I'm gonna try to get out of it, but of course, camera doesn't lie. So the question is, had they recovered? And by the way, I can't say this for sure. I don't know where this is, but I will tell you, I am very familiar with the Mama Shelter Hotel in Hollywood. And here's the Mama Shelter Hotel. On the street, I haven't pieced this together. I'm not sure. I probably could. Let's do this. Mama Shelter, Hollywood, Google Maps. Let's just get onto the street here and see if we can find out, because I might be able to, while we're talking right now, piece this together. So you might wonder, why am I bringing up Mama Shelter here? Well, there was unverified tea from the other day. My friend saw Johnny and Victoria arguing. She was crying at Mama Shelter in LA. Perhaps they were trying to make peace post-reunion. Here's Mama Shelter. I know it very well. I'll make this story about me. I performed stand-up plenty of times on the roof of Mama Shelter. It's a beautiful show. And It looks to me right now like this party might have been on the street at a bar next to Mama's shelter. How do we go to the view? Let's see how we can find the view here. So if we look down at the street view, here's Mama's shelter up there. That's the rooftop where Random T said they were partying. Now the question becomes, is any of this, oh boy, I think we're onto something. It could, because I was thinking as we saw the walk by, is this right here the same sort of place? Now we should be able to match this pretty easily here. Is that the same as this spot right here? Oh, now it's under construction. We saw two different views there. So let's go back. We had this view over here. So right down here, is this the same place? Could this be? I mean, will they let us inside? Oh no, we can't get inside. So this is 6516 Selma Ave. So let's go to 6516 Selma Ave and see, okay, 6516 Selma Ave. So Downtown Boutique Hollywood Hotels. So let's just see if we can, so it looked like the after party might have been, let's see, photos here, in the downstairs lounge area. I mean, I could be wrong, but it looks like this is the same spot. We don't need rooms or suites or dining. Guys, what do you guys think? Is this the same place that they were having their after party? I mean, it looks pretty similar to me. I wasn't really planning on stitching this all together here, but I think we might have just uncovered that. I think we might have just placed the after party at the same street corner that the unverified T says Johnny and Victoria were arguing, in which case that would place the after party here. Then they walked right over here to Mama's shelter. They took the elevator up. Hold on. Street view. They took the elevator upstairs. And then from upstairs, they ended up arguing at the top of Mama's shelter. So that's the timeline. That's where we have them. Do I feel psychotic calling this out? No, not really. It's just a barrel scraping day.
Barrel scraping
But here
day.
we are. Let me know what you guys think. We'll have to see if they made up. Maybe they were able to meet in the middle and understand that their fights were toxic and she was moving on. Maybe there was emotional cheating. Maybe she had every intention of making her relationship with Johnny work and didn't even know that Greg was the next guy around the corner. But it looks like her and Greg were obviously spotted in Rome. They got tattoos together, so it looks like their relationship has been soft launched by Nick Vile's new robe line, and they've got all of that going on. We'll have more content on Bachelor Rush Hour later on today, the new podcast we have every afternoon, and also I'll be on Patreon at patreon.com/Dave Neal at 10 a.m. We'll see you right over there. Bye, guys.